Hello, I am Mr. Plumb. We are Plumb and Plumber. It's another weekend. Get in. Roll titles. Well, the object of today was to get some more welding under my belt, try different settings. I actually did find that the welder does have voltage ranges and wire thickness values. Now, so I watched an American doing some welding, and what he was doing was different voltages at different wire speeds and what you would get for different results. So what he did was go through different thicknesses, and what he said was the best voltage and wire speed for each one. Now, because he's doing his in American, which is gauge, and I actually found out that the welder goes between 15.5 volts and 20.5 volts. So I marked it up on there. Wire speed goes from 2 meters a minute to 13 meters a minute. So I converted all that. I took his values, which are in gauge, voltage, and wire speed in inches per minute. This one's metric, so I converted it. So you get thickness in millimeters, voltage is obviously is voltage, and you then get meters per minute. So I converted his American chart into English, well, metric. So I was playing around, fiddling around, that sort of. I thought, oh, actually, I was playing around. I was burning through in some places. In fact, I ended up sacrificing my trophy. So I then welded loads of bits. I deliberately burnt through places. So I held it there at a certain wire speed. When was it going to burn through with the contamination around the outside? And then you wind it down, you go next to it and say, that's better. So I did loads of that. Welded 3mm, that's 3mm plate again. Did that. That's 2mm, but blew through there. Did my runs through there. That's actually tack welded together quite nicely. And then I did the ones on top again, because I cut the bits of metal out so I could reuse them. So that all went quite well. Did it work? Well, sort of. So what I found, that if I was using my new values from the American ones, I'd blow through, or I wouldn't get good penetration through to the other side. So I thought, I know what I'm doing. So I wound it all up, and then it all went. So what I realised, that if I actually held it there a bit longer, a bit slower, slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady at those voltages and wire speed, I was getting quite a good run. I was. And then I thought, I'll have some fun. 9mm plate. And I thought, I'm going to whack it right up. And that's a pretty fair weld, I'll have you know. Yeah, that's not too bad. And that was still warm for a good, 40 minutes after I did that. So, I thought, right, it's time to be brave, Plumb. So, I got my trailing arm. Now, I said the ultimate game was to weld a nut onto the trailing arm and then try and get that bolt out. So I thought I'll have a practice run. Grabbed a bit of plate, got a nut, welded it on, and that is rock solid. The only way that's coming off is if you cut it off. So I thought, I'm on to a winner. So I thought, here we go, let's get the old trailing arm. So I rested the nut on top of there, and you will see these pictures, and you'll see all the videos of me doing all the stuff, and got it so it was cherry red with the weld. And so I tried one nut, no. Tried another nut, no. I ended up getting through 4 or 5 nuts. These are the casualties. See, they're all full of weld. Another 2 full of weld. And what I ended up managing to do was actually weld it flush. So you can't actually see the bolt anymore. So I don't know what to do now. So I might have to take this hub off, so that I might have to drill a hole and re-tap it. Didn't want to do that. I was hoping the welding nut approach was going to work. Oh, as a little aside, you see how shiny that still is? So that's been bare for about 2.5 weeks. Now, the reason it is a little tip for you. If you've got shiny metal on your outside of your car, this is stuff is called anti-corrosion, ACF 50. Get yourself a can, because if you've got like chrome or steel pipes exposed, you spray that on there and it stops it flash rusting, corroding. So that's 2.5 weeks that's been like that, and it's a bit filmy, but it's going to be under the car, so you're not going to know. And it stops stuff rusting. Well, it stops the shiny still rusting. So ACF 50, get yourself a can, spray things under the car like your brake lines, fuel lines that are exposed, and it will stop them corroding. That's a little tip from Plumb. Right, so what to do? So I'm actually off next week, so there could be a daily Plumb update. Imagine that. But until then, oh, it's time for gin.